discuss on OSI layers. So already previous lecture 4, previous concept, already I said what are the OS layers, how many layers are there in OSI, and before that one, the task of layers means what is the idea behind to implement the OSI layers. Already we discussed. If you have any doubts, please refer the previous video, then come to this lecture. Okay, once again I will give you a brief introduction on OSI layers. So in OSI layers, we have 7 layers, right? Physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. We have to follow order only. Don't write anything. So you have to follow either top to bottom or bottom to top, the same order only, right? So coming to the physical layer, data link layer, network layer. These 3 layers are called network oriented layers. The bottommost 3 layers are called network oriented layers. The topmost 3 layers like a session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. These 3 layers are called user oriented layers. And middle layer is an intermediate layer, or we also call it as a process to process communication. It is a process to process communication. In the sense, the top layer is one process, that is user oriented process, and the bottom is network oriented process. So it can help, the transport layer can help one process to another process communication. It can provide the one process to another process communication, right? And coming to the today's class, so we will discuss on what is a physical layer, what are the responsibilities, right? What are the functionalities of physical layers? Likewise, we will discuss on each and every layer. Yeah, coming to the first one is the physical layer. We are discussing the bottom to top approach, right? So the bottom layer is the physical layer. What are the main responsibilities of physical layer? It can accept electromagnetic signals or analog signals as input and produces bits or converts the bits to its upper layer, right? So coming to from data link layer, so from top to bottom approach. So from the upper layer is the data link layer, right? Upper layer is the data link layer, and this is the bottom is the physical layer. So from data link layer, and in data link layer, the frames as an input, it can take the frames as an input. Frames is like a 1100, like a bits, the group of bits. Frames is nothing but bits. Don't confuse it. And packets also bits. But the packet is whether it is the fixed size, like 8 bits is one packet. Whereas the frame is, so we have 2 types of frames are there: variable size and fixed size, right? So in the physical layer can accept as a frames as the input and produces electromagnetic signals or electronic signals to the medium. What is the medium? These are the medium, transmission mediums. What are the different types of transmission mediums? Already we have discussed. The mediums are mainly 2 types, the guided media or unguided media. The guided media, nothing but again it can be categorized into 3: twisted pair, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cables. Whereas unguided media, without cable, the data is flow from source to destination, like air. The analog signals are transferred from the air or like a space, right? And again, the receiver side, so receiver side, it can accept as electromagnetic signal as input, the signals, electromagnetic signals or analog signals as input, and produces bits. Bits is nothing but like 0 and 1, either 0 or 1, right? This is the 1 bit. Okay, so this is the main responsibilities of the physical layer. Other than this, we have physical characteristics of interface and medium. These are some other responsibilities: physical characteristics and interface and medium. So the physical layer, again, it can act as an interface between medium. So medium, again, you have to see in center side, this is the physical layer, and receiver side is also physical layer. In between, we have the physical medium is there. So it can act as an interface between medium, right? So that is the meaning for the first one. Second one is the representation of bits. Here, the representation of bits means all bits are the flowing, the synchronized, the stream of bits. In the sense, in again receiver side, you can see the bits are going from Here too, it's upper layer like a 1 0 1 0. Likewise, the streaming of bits. At a time, only one bit can be transferred. At a time, one bit, first bit, second bit, third bit, fourth bit, fifth bit. Only one bit can be transferred to its upper layer, right? So that is meaning for representation of bits. And second one is the data rate. Data rate or the transmission rate. So data rate or transmission rate means per second, how many bits can be transferred? Per second, how many bits can be transferred? That is the meaning for the data rate or transfer rate. We call it as a transfer rate. And next one is synchronization of bits. Synchronization of bits. So synchronization of bits means, first you know that what is the synchronization? What is the meaning for synchronization? Generally, two different the people, like they're staying in one room. They as a good friends. They're as a good friends. Why they act as a good friends? Why they make as a good friend means maybe their ideas, their behaviors, maybe they're matched with others, right? Similarly here, synchronization means, I will tell you one example why synchronization is required. Suppose you are sending one message, like a WhatsApp message, to your friend. You are very good at typing, fastly you are typing, but your friend he can receive the messages, but his typing is very slow, right? So you are sending hi, hello, how are you, something, but your friend is very slow. He simply, yeah, fine. So you receive the fine, then you can send so many messages, but your friend is replying very slowly. Means there is no synchronization between you and your friend. Coming to the message point of view, I am saying that there is no synchronization between you and your friend. So synchronization is required. Synchronization is required for data transformation, right? So here the synchronization of bits means we can see the bits can be transferred or sending to its upper layer is synchronous manner, synchronization manner. That is the meaning for, that is the responsibility of physical layer. And physical topology. Already we had discussed what is topology. Topology means arranging of nodes, right? So we have different types of topologies: mesh topology, star topology, ring topology, bus topology, hybrid topology. These are the topologies. Those topologies are used in the physical layer also, right? So that is the meaning for that is also one responsibility of physical layer. And transmission mode. Transmission mode. What are the transmission modes? What are the different types of transmission modes? Yeah, coming to the transmission mode, we have three types of transmission mode. Already we have discussed. You have to verify the previous lectures. So those transmission modes are simplex mode, half duplex mode, full duplex mode. Simplex mode means data flow is only one direction. The example for simplex is like a radio stations or television stations. They are sending signals or they are broadcasting channels, right? We are the viewers, we are the listeners. Okay, so the data flow is only one direction only. That is simplex mechanism. And the second one is the half duplex. Half duplex means data flow is both directions, not at the same time. The example for this half duplex is like a walkie-talkie. You have to see the walkie-talkie is there in the policemen's or the railway stations. You have to see the driver and guard and so many people. Right. So walkie-talkie means whenever one person is talking, the second person is listen state. Right. So whereas the receiver is talking and the sender is like here the listen state. At a time only one message, only one side data flow is only one side is there happening. It can happen. And third one is a full duplex or a duplex mechanism. The full duplex means data flow both directions at a time. The example is like if you are using your mobile phones. So whenever you are talking to your friend, immediately your friend also replying your question or something. Or some lectures, your lecturer are taking physical classes, is delivering some lecture. Immediately you ask the questions, means you are interrupted to your lectures, right? So that is also the duplex mechanism or full duplex. And last one is line configuration. Line configuration means we have two types of line configurations, the point to point and multi-point. Point to point means only the dedicated path is established between one node to another node or one device to another device. That is a point-to-point connection. Whereas a multi-point means source to destination, so many connections were there. So means the so many nodes or devices sharing the resources. The resource in the sense medium here. Okay, so these are some responsibilities of physical layer. The first one is physical characteristics of interface. Representation of bits. These are the representation of bits is zeros and ones. Right, these are the bits. The streaming of bits to its upper layer. It can provide the stream of bits to upper layer. Its upper layer is data link layer. And data rate is nothing but transfer rate. So how many bits are transferred per second? How many bits? And synchronization of bits. Right. So synchronization means synchronously it can send the bits. Means suppose in this place it can send only 1 bit at a time very quickly. But in the data link layer, it can accept very slowly. What happens? There is no synchronization between the physical layer and data link layer. Right? So the synchronization is required for both layers. Physical topology, we have already discussed topology, mesh topology, star topology, ring topology, bus topology and hybrid topology. Okay. Transmission modes and line configuration. Okay. And next one we will discuss on data link layer. Coming to the next one is data link layer. So we observed the data link layer, it can accept the packets from the network layer and it can be converted into the frames and give it to its bottom layer is the physical layer, right? So you have observed from network layer, it can accept the packets and again it can be converted into the frames and those frames to give to the bottom layer is again the physical layer. So coming to the center side and data is nothing but the bits, again the bits. So the bits is again the frame. So this is the one frame, please assume. Data is nothing but this is the one frame. The frame is 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 1. This is the bit. This is the data. What is the header? H2 header and tailor. Okay. The tailor consists of, every frame consists of one. The common part is there. Those are 1 2 3 4 5 6 0. 1 2 3 4 5 6 0. Right. So it shows the starting of the header, end of the header, end of the frame, starting of the frame, ending of the frame. So that is the header and tailor, and this is the data. This is the actual data. Data is nothing but like a group of bits, and the same is given to the bottom layer. Next, the bottom layer is the physical layer, and coming to the second side, like a receiver side, it can accept zeros and ones as the input from physical layer, and convert it into the frames. So this is the frame. Same frames are given to this higher layer is network layer. Understood? Here in the center side, the packets, it can take the packets from the network layer and convert it into the frames. Those frames are given to the bottom layer is physical layer. Whereas the receiver side, it can accept zeros and ones as the input and produces frames. Those frames are given to the upper layer is network layer, right? So this is the main responsibility of data link layer. Other than that, we have framing. We know this one, the framing. Why the framing? In physical layer, you have to see at a time only one bit can be sent. Only one bit, like a sequential manner. At a time only one bit. The first bit sent 1, after that 0, after that 1, after that 0, after that 0, 1, 0, 1 likewise. So it will take how much of time it will take? Suppose here the bits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits. It will take more time, right? So there is a drawback in the physical layers. Coming to the framing, same 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this is like a one frame. At a time 8 bits can be sent to its upper layer. This is the one frame, right? So this is the advantage for the data link layer, like a framing. Next one is physical addressing. Physical addressing. So again, addressing, we have the 4 types of addressings are there. The 4 types of addressings. The first one is physical addressing. Second one is logical addressing. Port addressing, and user defined address. User defined address. Physical address is nothing but like a MAC address. MAC address. You have to see the mobile or any laptops or any the gadgets also. Not only mobiles, like your vehicles, the 2-wheelers or the 4-wheelers, any wheelers. The chassis number is there. What is the chassis number? Chassis number nothing but it is a physical addressing. Physical addressing. Apart from that one, so we have like a like some number is there, like a AP07 and something numbers. Okay, so the physical addressing is like a MAC address. Every device having a MAC address, like your mobile phone having MAC address, your laptop also having MAC address. Every device having a unique address. MAC address is like a unique. Okay, so you have to see, go to settings and check for your MAC address. MAC address is there, right? So that is a physical addressing. Logical address. The logical address means with the help of logical address, we have to connect one system to another system. Like IP address. Logical address is nothing but like an IP address, right? So with the help of IP address, the two systems are interconnecting. The two systems or two devices are interconnected, sharing their resources. And the port address means, anyone see the port address like 8080? Have you heard about this one, the port address? The port address. This type of address is the 80 is the port address. I will tell you, the layer by layer, every address is there, logical address. Logical address comes from the network layer. Port address comes from the transport layer. And user defined address comes from the application layer. At that time, I will tell you clearly, I will tell you each and every addresses. So coming to the physical layer address is the MAC address, media access control address, right? So if it is a media access physical addressing, this is a media access control address means if you are using one connection or one node, one side, suppose the group of nodes or group of systems are connecting, the MAC address is different for every system to system. We are providing the MAC address. Then only you have to see the previous bus topology with the help of MAC address only. One system to other system are sharing the resources, right? So there's a MAC address is the fixed, the device address. Next one is the flow control. The flow control is not the previous like a synchronization of bits. The flow control means we are control the flow. How we control the flow? Why we are control the flow? Suppose when we are not control the flow, the bits are overwhelming. Overwhelming means already I said one example. You are good at typing speed. Your typing speed is very good. WhatsApp typing speed. But your receiver, your friend having very slow. But you are pressing very fast, very quick. But your friend replying very slowly. What happens? So the receivers, like your friend's side having so many questions. You are asking, hi, how are you? What are you doing? Are you preparing something or something? You are asking so many questions. But your friend is replying very slowly. So what happens? Your friend side having overwhelming bits, overwhelming the questions you are asking. Okay, so that is the happened. Without that is happened, we are not control the flow. If we are control the flow, suppose you are sending one messages, you are asking one message, hi, how are you? Your friend then stop the sending. Your friend is replying, yeah, yes, I am fine. He is also replying. Then what are you doing? Then your friend replying, yeah, I am studying. Means the flow control. The control is going on here, happening here. And next one is error control. Error control. Why we control the error? Why we control the error? Especially in data link layer, the main responsibility, the main one is the framing. Second one is error control also. Error control. Why we are control the error? Suppose some bits may be changing during transmission time. During transmission time, some bits may be changes. Changes in the sense, maybe we are sending some data on frames. So during transmission time, we are sending 10, 10, 10, 11. But transmission time maybe it may be like a 0. The bits may be changes. Why it changes? Maybe due to the bad the signal is going on very longly. So the bits may be changes, right? So when we are providing the error control, identify the errors and correct it. Identify the errors and correct it. Then only data link layer is, that's why data link layer is reliable layer. Why it is a reliable layer? We have to rectify the errors, right? And next one is access control. Access control. Yeah. Next one is access control. Access control means in our networks, 2 or more devices are connected. We have to control the accesses. Suppose you have to see in some organizations, some in lab also. You are going to the lab. So when they are providing, they didn't allow like a Google. They didn't allow some Facebooks. They didn't allow some like a YouTube. They stop it. Why they stop it? They control the access. Right? So why they control the access? Maybe you may misuse the lab period, may misuse the lab schedule, right? So here access control means maybe 2 or more devices are there, then we have to control the devices due to maybe why you control the access reasons. Maybe some limited permissions are there. Only some limited permissions do you have. That's why they control the access, right? These are the main responsibilities of data link layer: main framing, physical addressing, flow control, error control, and access control. Yeah, coming to the next one is a network layer. The bottommost 3 layers already we have studied: physical layer, data link layer, and the third one is network layer. So what are the responsibilities of network layer? It can accept the messages. From the top layer. The top layer is like a transport layer, and convert it into the packets. It can be converted into the packet, right? So those packets give it to the bottommost layer. The bottom layer of network layer is data link layer. That is sender side. Whereas the receiver side from data link layer, it can accept the frames as an input from data link layer and convert into the packets. Those packets are given to its upper layer is transport layer. That is the main responsibilities of network layer is packets. Okay, so what is the packet? So you observed the physical layer is zeros and ones, 0, 1, 0, 1, the string of bits. That is the physical layer. Whereas on data link layer, they say 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. This is the frame. Means here at a time only one bit can be sent. Only one bit. But here the frame size, the maximum frame size, we can send the size. And the packets also say at a time we can send 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. Then what's the difference between frame and packet? Packet is having the fixed size, maybe 8 bit, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like this is the one packet. Whereas the frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Likewise, this is the one frame. But here only this is the one packet. After that the bits came again 1, 0. This is the one packet. From it I'll get the packet. The size is fixed. Here is the size is varies. In this framing also two types is there: fixed size framing and variable size framing. Okay, but the packet size is fixed, and this is the main responsibility of network layer. And other than this, logical addressing. Logical addressing. What is the logical addressing? Already we said what are the different types of addresses. We have 4 types of addresses: physical address, logical address, port address, and user defined address. So coming to the logical addresses comes from the network layer. Logical address means like 190.50.50.10. This is our logical address. The dot is there. Everyone is dot. We call it as a dot. Dot. Dot is nothing but the IPv4 address. This is the IPv4. Why it is IPv4 address? This is 1 octet. IPv4. Internet Protocol version 4. Version 4. Version 4 means how many octets? 1 octet, 2 octet, 3 octet, 4 octets. Octet means how many bits? 1 octet. Octet means how many bits? 8 bits. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits. 8 bits. All are ones. Please, if it is all are ones, what is this value? Please convert to the binary to decimal. Convert to the binary to decimal. How we convert the binary decimal? One short form is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Add it all once. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. The total is 256. The total is 256. But here in network system, we use 256 minus 1. So every octet we have maximum is 255 only. 255 dot, in the maximum cases, 255 dot, 255 dot, 255. This is the IPv4 address. So coming to the logical addressing. Every system having the one logical address, there also we are sharing the data, we are sharing the resources. You have to see if you are having internet connection, like your mobile having internet connection through mobile data, you can check it. Go to settings. In that one again about phone something. You have to check it. So in that one it shows the MAC address also and IP address also. It can show each and everything. The MAC address is nothing but like a physical address. IP address also it shows the IP address. Right? So whereas the next address is the port address. Port address you have to see in Google Chrome or you have to open the Google Chrome. In that one the security option is there. Open it in that one, the port address, it can show the port address. Generally 6500, 6566, 8080. Generally every time even the programs like Java programs and network programs is there. Generally we use 8080 the port address. Right? This is for address. In class logical addressing we have like address. We have different types of addresses there. We call as the class addresses. Class A address. Class B address, class C address, class D address, class E address. Total 5 addresses. These are the logical addresses. Class A, class B, classes C, D, E. So I will tell you next classes, unit classes. So in this concept, one gate bit definitely come. One gate bit. Maybe what type of question they are asking. Suppose 10.1.1.1. Which type of classes it is? They are giving the addresses, IP address. They are asking which type of classes it is. Right. So this may question they may ask, or even the class definitely one bit will come in these concept, the classes of classes. And next one is routing. Next concept is routing. What is routing? What is routing? Routing and router is same? Routing and router is same? No. Router is completely hardware device. It's a combination of hardware. The combination of hardware and software. Router is nothing but combination of hardware and software. Whereas routing means it's a completely software only. Routing is different, router is different. Okay, so coming to the router, again you have to see the layers concept, layers also. In physical layer, what are the different devices? In physical layer, the devices may be cables or media or repeater or modem, hub. These are the devices are used in physical layer. Whereas in data link layer, switch are used in data link layer. In network layer, routers are used in network layer. Right? So they may ask the one question also. Maybe routers are used in which layer? Network layer. Or modem is asking which used in which layer? Physical layer. Right? That is a routers. Coming to the routing. Coming to the routing. Why routing is required? Routing is completely software. Why routing is required? Suppose routing means the packet's direction. It can send the direction to the packets. Clearly says, suppose in real time, the traffic signals you observe. In traffic, why the traffic signals are required? In cities or towns? If the more traffic is there, then they control the traffic, right? Every 60 seconds stop it. After 60 seconds, then they will allow for one direction. Okay, so that is like a if the one way, one path, more traffic is there, then the policeman, the traffic policeman, they can divert it, the vehicles, because maybe due to there is some floods are happening there, maybe something, there is a suddenly some fire resistance or anything is happening. They are directing the another path, another route. Why they are diverting another route? Because of maybe in that main road, maybe some fire resistance, maybe suddenly traffic jam is there. So that's why they are directing. Similarly here also, routing is nothing but it can diverting the packets. Okay, so why it can divert the packets? Maybe it can the packets can reach the destinations very quickly. Maybe that path may be very the free path, freely available path. Right? Those are these situations. And coming to the routing, we have different types of routing algorithms there. Those routing algorithms like a flooding, and Dijkstra's. Dijkstra algorithm. These two are static algorithm. Static. And next one is distance vector. Or Bellman-Ford or Ford-Fulkerson. And one more is link state. These two are from the dynamic routing. Static routing and dynamic routing. So distance vector routing algorithm, Bellman-Ford or Ford-Fulkerson. These three are from one we call as, sometimes they may ask distance vector, sometimes may ask Bellman-Ford, sometimes may ask Ford-Fulkerson. The algorithm is same. And next one is link state algorithm. Okay, these two are the dynamic routing algorithms. Okay, these are the routings. It can divert the packets. The main intention for routing is it can divert the packets. So coming to the network layer, the main responsibility of network layer is convert the packets. Apart from that one, logical addressing, routing, right? Yeah, coming to the next one is the transport layer. So the main responsibility of transport layer is it is a process-to-process communication. Right? So already we have discussed the bottommost three layers are network-oriented layers. The topmost three layers are user-oriented layers. So user-oriented three layers is one process, and bottom of 3 layers is another process. The middle layer is a transport layer. It is a process to process, one process to another process communication, right? So that is the main response to the transport layer. Apart from that one, service point addressing, segmentation and reassembling, connection control, flow control, error control. These are some other responsibilities of the transport layer, right? So what is the service point addressing? Service point addressing also known as like a port address, So why we use the port address? Suppose why we use the port address? What is the reason? Please assume. I want to tell you. You are sitting on lab. This is a lab 1. Lab 1. You are sending message. In lab 1 we have a number of computers are there. Or 200 computers. Please assume 200 computers are there. You are sending messages. Your friend located at Delhi. Right. Both are sending messages. So in the 200 system, in lab 1 we have 200 systems. In 200 systems you are working at 155th system. You are working at 155th system, 155 system. In that location you are doing simply sending messages, sending message to your friend. Your friend is there in Delhi. Okay. So in this one, the IP address is 194.5.5.5. These IP addresses are again converted. It's converted to the like a local IP address, like IP address mapping. Why they are converting the mapping means, suppose any systems, any organizations, not only organizations, in the general purpose, they are hide only some limited number of IP addresses only. So those address in the form of 2 power n address. You have to see any internet centers. In internet centers, nearly 20 systems are there. Please assume. Nearly 20 systems are there. How many IP addresses they are using? 20 systems having the internet. 20 systems are having the internet, but they are hide only 1 or 2 IP addresses. That is a 2 power 0 or 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. This format only. They hide either one IP address. In that one IP address, they are sharing the bandwidth. They share the bandwidth for 20 systems, right? Or 2 IP addresses, or 4 IP addresses, or 2 power 3, 8 IP addresses, 2 power 4, 16 IP addresses. Likewise, they hide IP address from the ISP, Internet Service Providers. Okay, you are sitting in 155th location IP address, and the replies come back. This is the main IP address. So in that one, this is like 10.1.1.1. This is a local IP address or LAN IP address. So in that, this is the 194 is the global unique IP. Global unique IP address. Global unique IP address, not local. So 10.1.1. is the locally unique, not globally. Locally unique, not globally. So this is the actual IP address hired from the ISP, Internet Service Providers. Right. So the message came to the 155th system, that is IP address is 10.1.1.1. But you are open one Google Chrome, one tab like a FB, Facebook. Another tab is like a Gmail. Another tab is like a Twitter. Like another tab is a WhatsApp. Right? So in only one Google Chrome, you are open different tabs. One tab you are using Facebook, another tab you are using Gmail chat, and another chat is Twitter, and another is WhatsApp web. We also connected to the WhatsApp web. So your friend is again sending messages it can reach the messages. So in this Chrome, which tab you can receive? Which tab you can receive, right? So both are sending like Facebook. Your friend also Facebook. So again, it will comes from the Facebook only. That is the purpose. We need the port address. Port address. The port address is vary from every tab to tab, right? So that is the port address. Coming to the service point addressing is nothing but port address. The second one is segmentation and reassembling. Segmentation and reassembling. Segmentation means splitting or dividing. Segmentation means dividing. It can accept the messages from its upper layer is session layer. Segment that messages. Segment means small particles. Divide into the small particles. Segment it, small particles. There is segmentation. Whereas the receiver side, from the packets here, you can see the packet. The packets are again reassembled. Reassemble means like a merging or join the messages, right? So that's the meaning for segmentation reassembling. Segmentation means like a splitting messages, dividing messages, whereas reassembly means join or merge the messages. And connection control. So here the connection control means mainly the two types of connection controls are there. Those are from connection oriented and connectionless. Connection oriented and connectionless. So what is the meaning for the connection oriented? Anyone tell me what is the meaning for the connection oriented? Yeah, connection generally everything everyone thought that the connection oriented means there is a connection between two devices. Okay, there is a connection between two devices, right? Connectionless means there is no connection between two devices. The data can be transferred. No, that's not right way. So here we are using transport layer. In transport layer there is no the physical paths or physical wires. There is no wires. Here connection oriented means suppose you are sending messages. Please, this is the one network. Please assume you want to send. This is the sender. These are the receiver. This is the receiver. So we have different types of connections. These are different types of connections. You want to send say one message. If you are using connection oriented, all the packets are traveled only one path only. Like so, this is the path. Please assume this is the path. All the packets. These are the packets. All the packets are chooses only one path, and all the packets are traveled from that path only and reach the destination. That's the meaning for connection oriented. Again, here the lines means this is not cable, physically not existent. The logically they connected, not a physical one. So mind that one. So logically their systems are interconnected, not physically. Okay. So whereas the connectionless means, the second one is the connectionless means, the packets are chooses a different paths. So one packet is moving this path, another packet is moving this path, another packet moving this path, another packet moving this path. It can use the different manner. Finally reach the destination, and in destination again arranging it the sequence wise. So that's the meaning for connection oriented and connectionless. And coming to the next one is the flow control. Already we had discussed in data link layer the flow control. What is the meaning for the flow control? To control the flow. Why we control the flow? Because without controlling, the overwhelming subbits are there. Overwhelming means the sender and receiver. So the sender is sending messages very quickly, but receiver accepting messages slowly. So in the receiver side, overwhelming of bits are there. That is the reason we can control the flow, right? That is an error control. So the error control mainly in data link layer only, Maybe here the error control is like a process to process error control. Process to process error control. Okay. So these are the some responsibilities of a transport layer. Right? Service point addressing, segmentation reassembly, connection control, flow control, error control. Yeah, next one is the fifth layer is the session layer. Session layer. The main responsibility of session layer is dialog control and synchronization. Yes, dialog control and synchronization. So what is meant for a dialog control? The dialog control means like a control the dialogues. What kind of dialogues? Like here we are using off duplex or duplex mechanisms. With the help of off duplex or a duplex, we can control the dialogues. We can control the dialogues. So again, already I said now the real-time example like the traffic signals. The traffic signals. Every 60 seconds they can stop the vehicles. After 60 seconds over, they can release the vehicles. Right. So that is one type of the dialog control. The one type of mechanism to control the messages. Here also either off duplex mechanism only. Maybe at a time only one messages can send. Receiver another message. Only at a time only one message. Off duplex mechanism. Whereas if it is the full duplex, the both directions. Okay. So that is a dialog control. And next one is synchronization. Already we had discussed the synchronization. What is meaning for the synchronization? Synchronization means the two persons are sending messages and the sender sending packets or messages very fastly. Receiver are replying very slowly. So this is the happen discussed in previous layers. But here I will tell you one more example. You are sending messages. You are sending message to your friend. So what is the use of acknowledgement? What is the use of acknowledgement? Suppose in your ordinary messages, you are set for acknowledgement. If you are sending the every messages and again one acknowledgement also received, you are received acknowledgement. What is the purpose for that one? In the sense, you are sent whatever you send message that message is reached by destination, reached to destination, right? So whenever it reaches the destination, we got an acknowledgement. Or else, you are sending some messages, like 100 messages to your friend. At a time, you are sending 10 messages. 10 messages. After sending 10 messages, you got one acknowledgement, ACK1, which means that, so the first 10 messages are reached destination successfully. Next 10 messages and ACK2, which means that next 10 messages are reached destination successfully. So again, you send next 10 messages. Already you sent, but you didn't receive any acknowledgement. Then you thought that maybe these 10 messages maybe during transmission time, these 10 messages are collapsed. Or these 10 messages are not reached the destination. Then again the 10 messages, you can send the same 10 messages sent again. That is the meaning for synchronization here. Right? So you will assign one acknowledgement also. Right? So these are the main two sessions responsibilities. The first one is the dialog control and the second one is synchronization. Yeah. Next one is the presentation layer. The sixth one is the presentation layer. So coming to the presentation layer, the first one is the responsibility is translation. The main responsibility of the presentation layer is providing encryption and decryption. Right? Providing encryption and decryption. So apart from this, I will tell you what is the encryption and decryption. Apart from this, translation, encryption, decryption, and compression. Right. So the first one is a translation. So what is the meaning for the translation? Why we are using the translation here? Suppose I'm using my system. My operating system is like my OS is like a Windows operating system. So you are using one system. You are using your OS is like a Linux. So we both are sending messages. Operating system is different. The configuration system also different. Your system also different. I am using like my Dell laptop, or you are using like high end like Apple laptops. Operating system also different. Operating systems are Linux or Mac. Right, you're using different operating system also. Okay, so the translation means in presentation layer, it can provide the common mechanism, the common format. It can provide the common format for understanding purpose, the both understanding. Otherwise, so even bits also, my system having the 16-bit, maybe you are using 32-bit or 64-bit or 128-bit operating system. So in that one, so the common format is required. The common format is required to communicate each other. So the translation is nothing but can provide the common format for every devices. That's the meaning for translation. The next one is the encryption. What is the use of encryption? I will tell you one small example. Suppose I am writing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, up to Z, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Right. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Right? So from A to Z, I have simply written the numbers. So suppose here I'm writing if A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and Z is 26. Suppose I want to send one message to my friend, hello. So hello is simple one. It's an English language. Use a readable format. Everyone can understand it. Hello. Why we are converted to the encrypted format? Why we convert the encrypted format? What is the reason? Suppose the same message we will send it to the real time, the transmission medium, real time networks. Real time networks. Maybe intruders or hackers or attackers may hack my messages. If it is a hello is no problem, but you are sending like your bank details. It's very costly. Bank details is very costly. In your account, you are having like a 10 lakhs rupees money, but you are sending your bank details to your father, like your bank, the transaction username and password, and the transaction password, also login password and transaction password. You are sending everything to your father. So meanwhile, the intruder can attack the messages. What happens? You can simply log in your bank and simply transfer your money to his account. Right. So that is the main problem. That is the main problem. So coming to the encryption. Suppose here I want to encrypt my message. So what is the H indicates? What is the H value? H value is 8. E value 5. L value 12. What is the O value? 15. right? So whenever these 8, 5, 12, 12, 15 enter into the networks, maybe we are encrypting some messages. Maybe intruder, he don't know. Maybe at least he will try the messages or decrypt it. It may be difficult to decrypt it, right? So here directly we are taking the A is 1, but sometimes I am taking A equal to 3. A equal to 3. Then what is the H value? H value 8 plus 3 is 11, and E value 5 plus 3 8. L value 12 plus 3 15. O value 15 plus 3 18. Again, the value will be changed, right? So this is the way we have to encrypt the messages. In real-time scenario, we have different types of algorithms are there, encrypt algorithms. DES algorithm, AES algorithm, and different encryption algorithms are there. Those algorithms are converted into our messages, the actual messages, or text messages, or plain text message. This is a plain text. Hello is like a plain text. The plain text is converted into the ciphertext. We call it as a cipher. This is a plain text, and this is for ciphertext. Ciphertext means we are encrypting the messages. So whenever we are encrypting, it looks like a numbers or special characters or anything, right? So there is the use of encryption and decryption. Receiver side, your friend also use the same key. What is the key? Suppose a key equal to 3. In a sense, key equal to 3 means you are using A equal to 1. There is a 3. Key equal to 3. If A equal to 5, the key equal to 5. Then your friend also write A equal to 5, B equal to 6, 7, 8, 9. Then after 26 again 26. Then 1, 2, 3 will come. Not 27, 28 like this. Why? Because we have 26 letters only, right? So that is the reason the key value changes. Then the maximum is 26. After 26, then again we'll come to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is for encryption and decryption. Next one is the compression. What is the use of compression? Compression is nothing but all of you use the compression. Why we are using the compression? Whenever we compress it, the smaller in size. So all the files we put it in one folder and compress it, then the size will be reduced. Why you will compress it? Because whenever we compress it, it is a smaller in size, then we can easily transfer the file from one place to other place through network, right? So that is the reason we have to compress it. So whenever we are extract the same one, after extracting we get the same files, then no problem. After extraction you got the same file, that is a lossless data. Lossless data means whatever you compress, the original data is you got, then that is a lossless data. Then what is if it is lossy data? Lossy means maybe some files are missing or some data, maybe in that file maybe data may be missing or clumsy. That is called lossy data. Then how you can identify the lossy data, how you can remove the lossy data? Again, we have some different algorithms are there. DCT algorithm, discrete cosine transform algorithm, Dabachi algorithm, Haar algorithm. These are the different algorithms are there to find the lossy data. Okay, so this is for the presentation area. So we have three responsibilities. Translation. The translation used meant for the format. It can do the common format. Right. So why you use the common format? We are using different operating system. You are using different operating system. So we need the translator. Then only the data we can easily understand. Okay. Then encryption is the encryption format and compression. Right. Okay. Yeah. Coming to the last one is application layer. Application layer is like a user related. After presentation layer, session layer, the immediate one we have to user are contacted to the application layer. So real time, you have to open the Google Chrome or any search engine and type it like a google.com or facebook.com, twitter.com. So that is an application layer only. That whenever you are typing this application layer, that one HTTPS hypertext transfer protocol. Those are the application layer protocols only, right? So we have responsibilities. Network virtual terminal. Today's scenario, they're doing the virtual. Today's every class is going on a virtual manner, not a physical manner. Physical manner is not possible. So today's scenario classes are going in a virtual manner, right? So what is a terminal? I want to tell you what is a terminal. Can anyone tell me what are the properties of computer? What are the properties of computer? What are the properties of terminal? What are the properties of computer? What are the properties of terminal? Yeah, computer having three properties. Those are presentation property, second one is process property, third one is storage property. Right. So what about terminal? Terminal having only one property, that is presentation property only. The general computer having three properties: presentation property, process property, and storage property. Presentation means whatever we typed on the keyboard, then we have to see on the screen monitor. That is the presentation. And process, suppose if you are doing the mathematical calculations, it can process it, then it can show the result on the screen. Again, it is a presentation property, and the storage. So if you want, then you can store it. So these three are these are the basic properties of computer. Whereas a terminal having only one property, that is the presentation property. Where is located terminal? Have you seen the terminal anywhere? Yes, you have seen. All of them have seen. The terminals are like bus stands or railway stations. They put it on the screen is there. That is a terminal. It doesn't have any presentation property. It doesn't have any process property or storage property. Only presentation property only. The process and storage is happening somewhere, right? So coming to our topic, network virtual terminal. Today's scenario, everything is in virtual. Online classes is going on. It's the virtual manner. Taking the classes in virtual manner. And next one is the file transfer access and management. So if you use the send the message like a file transfer protocol, FTP, file transfer protocol, we can use the FTPs and we can send it and manage it. Okay, and mail services, we can send the mails like SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. These are the protocols we have used: SMTP and FTP, and directory services. So these are the main the responsibilities of application layer. And one more thing I will tell you: DNS, domain name systems also. Domain name systems like a DNS. So DNS is like a .com, .in, .uk, .pak, .us. These are the domains. Or .edu, okay, something. Okay, again in .com services, gmail.com, fb.com, google.com likewise. So these are the domain name services. Okay, so these are from the application layer responsibilities. Okay, and thank you all for watching my video. And if you have any doubts, please post on the comment line. And thank you for watching.